Next lesson is about enabling anonymous access on your web application and your document library. So, what is the purpose of enabling anonymous access? Anonymous access, as the name suggests, allows a particular library to be accessed without having a user ID. Now, in this particular business situation, we have a requirement where suppliers will come online. They'll go to the public website, and from there they fill up the forms, which means that this particular form library needs to be accessed without a user ID. So let's look at how do we configure this. I have this web application right now running on port number 555, and if I go to my authentication providers, this is obviously central administration that you're looking at. So I click on this one, and you have this enable anonymous access. So the first step to enable anonymous access on library is to first enable it on the web application itself. So I click on this and press our beautiful save button. So yeah, on the central administration it just takes a bit of seconds, so we'll just wait for that to complete. So now that we have the anonymous access enabled, so there you go, we've got that ticked up. So after you enable this on the web application side, let's go to our library. So let's go to our site here. We've got this site here called purchasing. Let me click on that for you. And then if I go to my site actions of this particular department, I go to my site permissions. In the site permissions, you will notice the anonymous access button has got enabled. Now this button is appearing here because you enabled the web application level anonymous access. So I click on this right now and then enable anonymous access for lists and libraries only. So if you have it in the entire site, then the entire site can be accessed by everybody without a user ID. Now lists and libraries is what we need right now because we are going to enable anonymous access only on one particular library, which is hosting our online supplier application forms. So I'm going to now click on OK. So once that is done, we can go to our online supplier application forms, click on it, and then go to our library, and then in the library permissions right there, we can get, so now obviously you don't see anonymous access at all, so what we need to do here is we need to stop inheriting permissions for this library. Right? So I'm going to say stop inheriting permissions. But when I say stop inheriting permissions, I don't really remove anything. I'm going to retain all of this. But then now you can see that anonymous access does appear. So now view items is the only permission level possible for anonymous users. So obviously view items is what they can do. They can look at the view items and then so see the options there. So that allows us to enable anonymous access for a particular library.